A very, very good evening to everyone. We have with us Kripa. Kripa, guys, I'm so glad to introduce Kripa to all of you. She has been one of the amazing persons that I've known since long. Kripa was someone who had done her internship years back. And then she wished to be a clinical psychologist, which she fully deserves to be because she's amazing with her knowledge and she's really, really a very, very committed person. I think nearly 2.5, 3 years back, she took some classes on research methodology from me. And I'm so glad, guys, that today she is at RML. And so we couldn't think of anything or anyone better than her, somebody who is living that experience to help all of you understand what is the best way that we can crack an RML entrance examination, guys. So thank you so much, Kripa, for accepting. And please help our students क्योंकि कल ही RML का पेपर है MPhil entrance के लिए. Although जितनी तैयारी होनी थी more or less हो गई है, but there are last few tips, that really help someone to find their way out. What would you suggest to all these people, Kripa?
Yeah, hi ma'am and hi everyone. So since we have a very short on time, so we'll quickly just go through only the main things because so RMN being this diverse and this dynamic institute that I am at, and having known it from my entrance journey till being a student over here. So starting with the entrance firstly. So when I gave my entrance in 2019, so during my entrance, the top 16 questions, the first 16 questions were all RM and stats. There was nothing else that we could just flip through the pages, and it was basically statistics and research methodology dominated. And in coming to 2020 entrance, so 2020 entrance was dominated by questions from social psychology and OB. So to all the aspirants, I would just want to say that, see, this is not a very predictable thing, that there is no fixed pattern of questions. It is just your knowledge that you have gained, and how do you extrapolate that knowledge when you see those questions. So yeah, coming back to the 2019 entrance, when I was one of that applicants, I think all that helped me during that time was because for research methodology, I was trained by Gagan ma'am. I think till date, whatever research methodology or statistics that I know, because firstly, also guys, research methodology and statistics is one of the core topics that you have to focus for your MPhil, not only during your entrance, but also once you are a clinical psychology training at any of the institutes, because it is a part of your dissertation also, and B, it is also a very important part of your syllabus, of the first year MPhil syllabus. So RM doesn't really leave you. And I was fortunate enough to be trained by ma'am that I could survive my 2 years of MPhil and my entrance because she was there to guide me. My concepts, parametric stats, non-parametric stats, anything. And I think it was just because of her.
You were equally bright. I mean, I do understand that little bit of coaching or little bit of help, specifically in a subject like RM, does make a difference. But I think you were equally bright and you were very hardworking. So in short, what Kripa is saying is कि कोई एक single सब्जेक्ट नहीं है आरएमएल के लिए जहां आप कह सकते हो कि ज्यादा क्वेश्चन इसी में से आते हैं, तो अगर मेरा ये स्ट्रॉन्ग पॉइंट है तो क्लियर हो गया, मगर certainly RM is something that you really need to be very good at. Research methodology, stats, psychological testing, you really need to know very well. ये सिर्फ आपको एंट्रेंस में ही नहीं हेल्प करता है, इंटरव्यू में भी आपसे कई बार इससे सवाल होते हैं. दिस इज अ वेरी हॉट टॉपिक. कृपा, आई एम श्योर कल पेपर है, अभी एक रात में तो सारी आरएम चार्ट भी नहीं सकते, राइट? आई मीन व्हाटएवर दे कुड दे हैव डन. वुड यू लाइक टू सजेस्ट सम टिप्स दैट दे शुड कीप इन माइंड सो दैट दे आर मोर कूल, and there is any specific other type of questions or maybe application based questions that come in your RML paper, they could have some trick of handling it, like what was your success mantra while sitting in the examination hall, something like that.
Okay, so coming to this last minute, because this is just the last evening, tomorrow morning is the exam, and I would what helped me was, and what I would suggest all of you also to go through is, this is not the time when you open all of your books and just go through them. This is the time just to extrapolate your knowledge. So headings, maybe your mind map. So say there are topics. So the paper is dominated by general psychology topics. So general psych, it's itself a vast pool of topics that it has. So say for personality theories, or say for motivation theories, or say anything like parts of the eye, or these are very like sensation perception questions, like they would just ask you a name of like any part and just order them, like in from where does the information flows or anything. So is time pe what would help you is like creating like your mind maps that you've already created. Abhi nahi create karna, jo already kar chuke ho, just have to revise that. So once you created those mind maps, so there might have been a central theme to that, then there'll be some major branches to that, and then the sub branches. So what you can do is just quickly revise that. And for those people who do not have, like, not everybody has a style of studying by making mind maps or kuch nahi, just open the index of the books, go through them. I just have a Cicillary in front of me. So see, if you can see that it has all topics in detail, like you can just flip through them. Like theories of personality, it has, I don't know how much that is visible, but just go through those index pages of the main books of general psychology, of Morgan and King, of Cicillary, of say for Nunley by the psychological testing book, or RM. Thankfully I had ma'am, so I revised my notes, but I think AK Singh and Minium was something else that was my second go-to. Unka index padho. Abhi ke liye that is important, because, and just remember guys, jitna bhi you have prepared, just believe in your preparation, because there will be certain questions which are not there in books. So there are application based questions. Last 3 questions I remember, they were application based, which is not there in any textbook. There your clinical psychologist mind has to work, that what, when you are sitting on that chair and a patient is there in front of you, how would you handle that? So that you don't get in any book. So you don't have to fret over that ye book nahi padhi or ye nahi kara. You just have to use your mind. Also, one another thing, very important thing, is balance between your speed and accuracy is very important, because there'll be OMR sheets that you fill in your answers to. So you read the question from one set of paper and then you like encircle it in the OMR sheet. I've seen and I've heard a lot of stories from my own batchmates, from my juniors, from my seniors, that was something ki nahi ho pata, because we were so anxious that time ki hame sab jaldi jaldi karna hai. We don't understand the question and we rush through it. That is something you just don't have to do. उस टाइम पे ज्यादा कुछ करना है. अभी ये जो लास्ट इंडेक्स यू विल सी, योर विजुअल मेमोरी विल हेल्प यू दैट टाइम कि अच्छा ये आंसर होगा या ये होगा. Don't spend too much time on any question which you don't understand. Go to the next question, but yes, remember the OMR, the chronological OMR sheet that you're following, because कई बार ऐसे होता है कि हम नहीं कर पाते, same answer OMR पे नहीं mark करते. Like question number 2 on the sheet, you mark the answer at question number 3, like some other order, but that happens. So maintain your calm in that sphere. And next, I think something which is really important right now is the mock test that you people might have. I'm sure like all the aspirants do go through the mock test. जो भी वो mock test की learnings थी, and whatever, like there were topics that you didn't mark well or you didn't understand well, revise through those mock tests. That will help. At this point of time, you just need a very quick go through. This is your consolidation time. This is not the studying time. This is just whatever you have done, just consolidating that. So treat this as your consolidation journey, and then tomorrow morning, just transfer all your knowledge that you have learned. And I'm sure that a great results, you will achieve great results, and I will soon see you at RML. And yeah, important topics, as ma'am said, there are no important topics. It is very dynamic. Anything can be asked. So you have to be well versed with like the major topics, because that is what they can ask. And what if the whole paper is like, like I remember last year there was a question, when was TIS established? Now see, now this, like people don't really know about this. We don't really study about this in any of the books, but that was a question. So you have to understand that it is not something, a question on your knowledge also ki I don't know this. There the examiner can ask anything. And once you, entrance is just one medium, like the written entrance exam. The performance comes when you go to the interview round. In the interview round, you again have to prove yourself. That is where you talk, where you speak, where you demonstrate your knowledge that yes, you are capable of having that seat, beating so many people, beating an all India entrance exam, and getting that seat for you. So wahan pe it works. And aisa nahi ki wahan pe like things will be different or something. Wahan pe you have to again, demonstrate the same thing. They'll ask you, what is your area of interest? So area of interest, like what, child population or adult population. Just remember, guys, whatever you say in the interview, you know about it. Aisa bhi don't.
Kripa, we'll wait for the interview because that will be too much for them. Because abhi to pehle to entrance denge.
Okay.
So what I've understood basically, and I agree also with you, is almost something, I'm remembering the time when you had come to me, तो हम similar बात कर रहे थे. So बिल्कुल वैसा ही लग रहा है, and it's almost the same thing, कि guys, chill करो, शांत रहो. ये टाइम है जो अच्छे से आता है उसे स्किम करने का, एक मेंटल क्विक वॉक करने का. जो नहीं आता या जो कच्चा पक्का एरिया है उसमें इंपॉर्टेंट टॉपिक्स को नोट करने का, और खास तौर पे जो एमसीक्यूज की आपने प्रैक्टिस करी है, दैट हेल्प्स. आई आल्सो रिलेट टू व्हाट कृपा इज सेइंग, बट समटाइम्स अब जनरल साइकोलॉजी की 5-6 किताबें हैं, तो जब मैं 6 किताबें अपने सामने खोलती हूँ तो वो और कंफ्यूजिंग भी हो जाता है कई बार. सो समटाइम्स इट इज ऑलवेज बेटर टू गो टू योर नोट्स, या कहीं एक बुकलेट के अंदर अगर सारी जानकारी एक कंसाइज फॉर्मेट में हो, तो दैट मेक्स थिंग्स मोर इजियर, बिकॉज देन यू डोंट हैव टू हिप हॉप फ्रॉम डिफरेंट बुक्स. सर्टनली एक और आई थिंक कृपा, जब हम, और जैसे आपने बताया कि बी वेरी केयरफुल ऑफ मार्किंग योर आंसर्स, but I think another key method that works and that is applicable to all entrance examination is the method of elimination. मतलब कई बारी, I'm sure all of you would know, आपने अपने item analysis जब एक subject है आपका research methodology में ही, psychological testing में आपने सीखा होगा या पढ़ा होगा कि जब MCQs डिजाइन किए जाते हैं तो हर MCQ में एक solid distractor होता है, which is an option that is so close to the correct answer, and वही हम गड़बड़ करते हैं. नेगेटिव मार्किंग में भी हम थोड़ा सा बायस्ड हो जाते हैं, मतलब वी फॉरगेट कि नेगेटिव मार्किंग भी है, इसलिए अकड़ पकड़ बम्बे वो नहीं कर सकते हैं कई बारी इन सर्टेन एग्जामिनेशंस टू. सो गाइस, मेथड ऑफ एलिमिनेशन वर्क्स वेरी वेरी वेल. सो यू नीड टू नो कि ये आंसर नहीं हो सकता, ये नहीं हो सकता, बचा क्या, इज कॉल्ड द मेथड ऑफ एलिमिनेशन. समटाइम्स इट इज इक्वली इंपॉर्टेंट टू नो कि कौन सा ऑप्शन आंसर नहीं है और क्यों नहीं है. एज कृपा वो सेइंग, बहुत ज्यादा वक्त आप नहीं लगा सकते हो किसी भी एक क्वेश्चन पर, तो कोशिश करें दैट यू स्पेंड बेयरली से 30 to 40 seconds. Definitely pressure होता है, there's so much that you have to answer in a very very brief period of time, and at that point the calmer the mind that you have, the better it functions and works. And you really really need to at that point remember what you know. Application based questions, you have to use your head and come up to the near best possible answer, because हर MCQ में एक बेस्ट डिस्ट्रैक्टर होगा ही होगा, वहीं बचना होता है. कृपा इसके लिए क्या करें जब बच्चे बोलते हैं कि यार कोई बात नहीं, एक गलत भी हो गया तो क्या हुआ, थोड़ी नेगेटिव मार्किंग भी, करेक्ट हो गया तो एक्स्ट्रा भी तो मिल जाएगा. तो वो जो सो कॉल्ड होता है ना कैलकुलेटेड गेस वर्क, कितने % ऑफ क्वेश्चंस में मुझे कैलकुलेटेड गेस वर्क करना चाहिए है, एंड व्हाट वुड बी अ बेटर वे ऑफ डूइंग इट?
पहले तो just answer all of the questions that you think that that you are very sure about, then take a guess. So say for you are answering the questions and 70% of the, like say for out of 100 questions, so for 60 you are very sure about, that 60 and then those in 40 again take that risk that okay, in 40 mein se there will be some that you might be knowing, you might be really sure about ki itna to I can take that guess and itna will work in my favor. Take that guess, but the questions you are not sure about, don't gamble on them, because unnecessarily that will be no points earned. So what you're not sure about, just don't leave it. But again, for the ones who are not able to answer anything, at least understand the paper pattern, at least understand what is the gist, try to understand the examiner's mind, what are they trying to ask you, so that कि अगर इस बार नहीं भी होता है या whatever happens, so you are prepared for the next time. See, there's nothing that can save you against negative marking. Negative marking is there, and the safest thing is that which you don't know, you just leave it. And also out of 4 questions, so if you group your questions like in a group of 4, so on 4 में से you can maybe gamble on 1, but don't gamble on 3, because on 4 में से एक तो सही होगा, because I guess again 4 marks deduct हो रहे हैं. So by some mental maths which by you do, so उसमें से ऐसा होगा कि at least 1 you can still answer and you would fetch points for that, but don't gamble on 3, because that is more loss than any profit.
Absolutely, absolutely, Kripa. I think very important one point is कि हम सभी लोग जब entrances के लिए बैठते हैं, obviously we all wish to excel. I know it was your first attempt and you just banged on it. I mean, Kripa, I know, I remember your score. पहली बार आपने दिया and it was just one shot that you got it. And ऐसा I think most of us aspire to do. And जरूरी नहीं है कि सबका हो, that is what we'll expect and we'll wish. And that is why I think Unique Psychological Services has started the coaching also, so that sirf RM hi nahi, now I end up teaching almost all the subjects so that you have a better understanding and expertise. और ये बहुत जरूरी है guys कि आपका सक्सेस मंत्र है, like many of you know that I was a topper of Vibhas MPhil entrance examination and that was in the first attempt. Or I was always one of the top scorers throughout also. वो उसका कोई सीक्रेट नहीं होता है गाइस, एक्सेप्ट हार्ड वर्क. इफ योर कॉन्सेप्ट्स आर क्लियर, इसीलिए जब पढ़ते हो तो ज्यादा कम समय में पढ़ने के चक्कर में ऊपर ऊपर का काम आई डोंट थिंक वन शुड डू. वन शुड एक्चुअली स्किम डाउन and get down to studying every single question or a concept in utmost detail. अभी जिसका जो तैयारी है, ईश्वर का नाम लो, अच्छे से शांति से जो बेस्ट कर सकते हो करो. If you clear, wonderful. If you don't, that's not the end of your life. I mean, I'm sure, all of you know there are more than 30 institutes in India where you can appear. Also, it will be a learning experience. जाओ बैठो दो, जहां गड़बड़ हो रही है उसको सीखो and take this as a learning experience. I think that would work better. And very importantly, life is about smart studying, guys. तो स्मार्ट स्टडिंग के लिए आपके पास अच्छे नोट्स होना या सारा मटेरियल कंसोलिडेटेड होना एक जगह पर, ढंग की अंडरस्टैंडिंग होना और एमसीक्यूज का प्रैक्टिस बहुत जरूरी है. मॉक प्रैक्टिस जब भी करते हैं, आज भी आई थिंक दैट विल हेल्प. आई थिंक कृपा दैट वाज समथिंग दैट आई रिमेंबर टेलिंग यू आल्सो. टाइमर लगा के बैठो तो आपकी जो एंजाइटी होती है वो कम हो जाती है. बिकॉज अभी तक तो हम ऐसी अकड़ प्रैक्टिस करते हैं, कभी कभी अकड़ बकड़ में वो भी कर देते हैं, राइट. बट व्हेन यू एक्चुअली सिट डाउन एज इफ यू आर सिटिंग फॉर योर फाइनल एग्जाम विद योर घड़ी ऑन द वॉच ticking, that tension and that stress that you have, when you repeat that, you become familiar with it and your overall anxiety will go down. Your ability to perform better will be easier. You'll be more calmer. It won't be an unfamiliar environment. I think we leave this open for more question answers, guys, because Kripa banged it in one go. She was a very bright student. She's almost about to finish her RML. I think 1.5 महीने में वो बाहर होगी as a certified clinical psychologist working. And prior to this also, she had done so many internships. Her skill was so good. Her practical knowledge was so amazing that really, really helped. So if you have any question, guys, feel free to ask.
So I can see one question in the chat box from the Zoom live. I think Radha is asking us that what is the best way to study RM? I mostly make mistakes in that. So firstly, Radha, that's absolutely okay. All of us make mistakes. ऐसा नहीं है that only you are the only one. सब mistakes करते हैं. Maybe your favorite is RM, किसी और का कुछ और होगा. All of us make mistakes. But again, concept clarity is something which is utmost necessary in RM. And gladly you've asked this question. RM Guru is sitting in front of you. Gagin ma'am is there. I think the way like her notes and the way she has, so I remember there is one we had this made a mind map, like a chart we had made from the different non-parametric statistics. That really helped us ki, acha, how is say for McNamara test different from Kruskal-Wallis test, or how is t-test different from ANOVA. See, यही questions exam में भी पूछे जाते हैं. In your exam, nobody asks you कि, like, okay, solve this or the exact theory. You just have to see कि अच्छा उसका formula क्या था, उसके अंदर what is the mean and SD. T-test में mean and SD क्या लेते हैं, and Z-test में mean and SD क्या लेते हैं. So focus more on those things, like how, like basic concept. Nobody will ask you कि उसके assumptions क्या है. मतलब in my experience, I've never really seen that somebody asking assumptions for something. But like focus more on what is the DF, like how is the DF calculated. So there are questions also sometimes. I remember there was a question, there was like a test and chi-square had to be calculated, and there was like calculate the DF for that question. Now people generally leave these things. They don't focus on that. They just focus on the hardcore ki uske bare mein pata nahi kya kya detail mein. See, theory is okay. Yes, you should know theory, but firstly, you should know the basics of it. What makes it different from others. Why do we use it? Why don't we use the other thing? So probably if you make those things, if you focus on those concepts rather, you will be probably, lighten your burden. You will be less anxious from that. And I say just contact ma'am for that, because she's extremely great at it. For I think even great than like anybody else that I probably know of. So ma'am can really help you with that.
Radha, I'll give you a very simple tip. I think Kripa really helped. एक काम करो यार, आरएम का जितना भी होता है ना, एक चार्ट पेपर लेके सारे की कॉन्सेप्ट्स के बारे में एक पॉइंट पर डाल दो कि कॉन्सेप्ट है क्या, कहाँ यूज होता है, क्यों होता है, कैसे होता है, दैट्स इट. और एक कंपैरेटिव एनालिसिस अगर आप कर पाओगे पैरा नॉन पैरा का, डिस्क्रिप्टिव में भी आपके एमओसीटीज होते हैं, मेजर्स ऑफ सेंट्रल टेंडेंसीज, मेजर्स ऑफ वेरिएंस, उसमें भी सब टाइप्स हैं. इफ यू कुड मेक अ कंपैरेटिव एनालिसिस ऑल्सो, कौन से स्केल्स ऑफ मेजरमेंट पे अक्सर सवाल आता है, जिसको हम नॉयर बोलते हैं, नॉमिनल ऑर्डिनल इंटरवल रेशियो. एंड आई एम श्योर ऑल ऑफ यू नो कि रेशियो स्केल पर सारी स्टैट्स यूज हो जाती है. एनोवा भी यूज हो जाता है मगर इंटरवल पे नहीं होगा. नॉमिनल कैटेगोरिकल है. तो ये जो बेसिक कॉन्सेप्ट्स है ना, कहाँ पे क्यों होता है, if that is clear, you will make less errors. Yeah, there is no other trick. So when the entire RM एक नक्शे की तरह छपा होना चाहिए, तो RM बोलते ही दिमाग में कैटेगरी आ जानी चाहिए, ये डिस्क्रिप्टिव है, ये इन्फरेंशियल है. डिस्क्रिप्टिव में ये चार चीजें, इन्फरेंशियल में पैरा है, नॉन पैरा. इसमें it should be like a table. The entire booklet should be like a table in your head. So if that's clear, it'll be easier. Also, second thing that you can do is pen down all formulas at one place. Specifically, क्या फॉर्मूला है, कहाँ मीन एसडी का रेशियो होता है, डीएफ जैसे बताया इन्होंने, कहाँ निकालते हैं, बिकॉज रो -1 करना है, कॉलम -1 करना है, क्या करना है काई में. सो दैट रियली हेल्प्स गाइस. कॉन्सेप्ट्स लाइक पॉइंट बाय सीरियल, कोरिलेशन, फाई कोफिशिएंट, इनमें क्या डिफरेंस होता है, कहाँ लगाऊंगी मैं. एक ऐसे क्वेश्चंस अक्सर आते हैं कि एक वेरिएबल आपका डिस्क्रीट है, एक कॉन्टिन्यूअस है, तो कौन सा स्टैट्स लगाओगे. तो वो कॉन्सेप्ट पता होना चाहिए. इफ यू नो दैट, आई थिंक यू सेल थ्रू द पेपर. आरएम सच में आसान है गाइस, इतनी मुश्किल नहीं है. आई तो नॉर्मली टीच यूजिंग अ लव स्टोरी, and that's something that I love doing, or it's very simple guys.
And also that guys, entrance is mostly about your visual memory. Yes, understanding basic concept definitely very important, but all of these charts and all of these things, your notes, ये सब इसलिए, see book is already there, so notes बनाने में ना you don't have to print another book for yourself. Notes should be something which is more of visual, that if you just flip through the pages, अच्छा ये था ये था ये था, इसके अंदर ये था या ऐसे था. Pointers. So that really helps, whether it is RM or whether it's any other subject. Your visual memory has a very key role to play. Once like with a question is there with 4 very same answers, every answer you would feel that is the right part. So us time pe that will really help you.
Guys, if you have any other questions, feel free. Otherwise, we're going to have Kripa soon again, guys. And at Unique Psychological Services, we wish all of you all the very best for your entrance examinations, guys. Trust me, इतना मुश्किल नहीं है यार. I have myself done it so many times. I have my student in front of me, which I'm so proud of, without any other thing. First shot, guys, she just banged on it. And I think RML ka exam bhi was one of the exams that you give. You didn't even sat for so many exams. Like you were very focused कि मुझको क्या करना है.
Yes.
I think that also makes a difference, guys. और ऐसा नहीं है, आप कुछ लोग ये भी सोच सकते हैं कि क्या करें यार, कृपा हो सकता है एलियन ही हो. She must be too bright, ऐसा कुछ नहीं होता यार. You all need just an IQ of 100, minimum 90, an average IQ to do anything in life. So guys, chill, relax, enjoy your evening. आखिरी दिन बहुत ज्यादा नहीं पढ़ना चाहिए और नींद पूरी जरूर लेना. 8 घंटे की नींद अगर कम है या कुछ आप बहुत ज्यादा कैफीन वगैरह ले रहे हो, तो आपकी लॉन्ग टर्म मेमोरी गड़बड़ करेगी. रिमेंबर योर फिजियोलॉजी गाइस, you learned all about in your memory chapter about this, and it does help. So take a chill pill, do your best. और अगर आपको लग रहा है आपकी तैयारी उतनी नहीं है, तो आपके साथ बहुत सारे लोग होंगे जिनकी नहीं होगी, because RML का पेपर सडनली अनाउंस किया गया. One wasn't given enough time कि हम प्रिपेयर ही कर सकें या रिविजन ही कर सकें. Forget about the preparation. So chill. So अभी जो लगातार करते आए हैं और आपने इतने साल कुछ पढ़ा है, so have faith on that and appear, guys. And remember, technically you need nothing except little help in life. So if you study well, एंड अगर किसी कॉन्सेप्ट से, और ये भी बोलते हैं कि जिस सब्जेक्ट से डर लगता है ना, उसको सबसे ज्यादा करना चाहिए. और आपका एटीट्यूड आपके एंट्रेंस में बहुत मदद करता है. बहुत सारे लोग आरएम से डर जाते हैं, इसलिए गड़बड़ करते हैं. सो स्टार्ट लविंग द सब्जेक्ट दैट यू fear the most, and you will see yourself performing better, guys. Thank you so much, Kripa. It was lovely talking to you. I think this was just one very, very quick series that we just did. And at Unique Psychological Services, we promise all our students who have enrolled in our coaching and those who haven't, in terms of the paid coaching, लेकिन जो free में हमारे साथ लगभग 1500 लोग थे, उनके लिए और भी कई लोगों के लिए we'll be coming up with different webinars, and a lot on our YouTube we'll keep posting, guys. Our YouTube handle is Unique Psychological Services, where you will get more information. We'll put educational videos, we'll put some common tips or confusing concepts together, and lot more, guys. So keep learning, because I think there is nothing beautiful in life than to learn and grow. Kripa, any one last tip that you'd like to give them before we say goodbye to all of them and we wish them good luck for tomorrow?
Yeah, sure, ma'am. I think after all the wonderful mentoring that you have just, like revised for me also, like I think I needed this revision once again. So, guys, so thank you, ma'am, for that. To all those aspirants, I would just say, guys, believe in your preparation. Just balance your speed and balance your accuracy for the entrance. Believe, like once you believe in yourself and you balance your speed and your accuracy, everything will work fine. You need to relax today. You need to have a calm, sphere of mind. And then tomorrow morning also, once you enter that place, this will really help you. So all the best to everyone.
Perfect. I think Uma has asked another thing. Ma'am, can we get a brochure for coaching classes, guys? It's all available here on our website. When you go on our homepage, on the right-hand side corner, there's a button called UniSci Academy. You click on it, you'll find everything. Otherwise, you can simply WhatsApp us on a particular number that I'm sharing, 9818359575, and we'll send you all the details, guys. You can even do whatever you wish to. Magar padhna hoga. If you have the intention to learn and you don't fear hard work, there is nothing that you can not achieve in this life, guys. That's it. Thank you so much, Kripa. It was lovely. I'm waiting for you to finish your RML and come back. Looking forward to meeting you and to see the good work that you always have done. I've always been very, very proud of you, Kripa. And I'm so glad to see your own student working with you like another clinical psychologist in the world in a matter of just few months. Nothing is more delightful than this. So all the best, guys, to all those who wish to sit for the entrances, not only just RML, but the other ones. Abhi net ka bhi aa raha hai. So we'll be talking more about this. Till then, guys, take care. Wish you all a very, very good luck and all the very best for tomorrow. Bye, Kripa. See you. Thank you so much for your time. Bye, guys. See you soon. Thank you.